G'day guys, and welcome to another World of Tanks gameplay and tank review. Today we're going to be looking at the Tier 9 German tank destroyer. The second one they've introduced into the game is the Waffentrager Auf Panzer IV. As you can see, I've done the Jag Tiger previously. I thought it's time I gave you guys a look at the Waffentrager. Now this tank, I've almost finished upgrading everything. The only thing I haven't got is the 150mm cannon, but I'll probably be skipping that and just moving on to the Ulf E100 next. This gun here, the 128mm cannon, is a good enough gun to use. Fantastic penetration, 276 average penetration, 560 average damage. Very accurate for these sort of guns, 0.33 dispersion at 100 meters, and a fairly quick aim time of 2.1 seconds. Those soft stats there can be improved a little bit if you get yourselves gun rammers and your crew skills up a bit higher. So let's have a look at the tank. 1600 hit points. It's a pretty healthy amount of health for a tank destroyer. Very lightweight, 28 tons, 400 horsepower engine, which gives it a fairly impressive power to weight ratio. We've got ourselves a speed limit 38, which is on par, if not a little bit better than most tanks this tier, especially the heavier ones. If you look at this tier 9 tank here, that's 34. This is a heavy tank, whereas this tank destroyer moves a lot faster. Obviously it's a lot lighter. The hull armor and just generally the armor in general is pretty low. 80 in some sections on the front and 30 and 20 on the rear. As you can see, it looks a lot like the Panzer IV because that's what it is. It's a Panzer IV chassis with an anti-aircraft gun mounted on top. As you can see there, it's a pretty big gun. Very long barrel. So you're not going to be winning any battles using your armor. You'll be using your health points to stay alive. Ideally, don't get shot with HE, as pretty much anyone's going to penetrate with most HE rounds there, especially on the sides and the rear, and you'll probably go pop. The rate of fire, 5.17. Actual reload time at the moment on this tank is just a little bit over 10 seconds. That takes into account the gun rammer and the crew skills. This was recently nerfed in the last patch, but it's still not a significant nerf. A very usable gun, this one. I put on this thing a camouflage net and binoculars. I find that it works best when you're sitting at the back, sniping away, not getting shot. Where you can do your damage at very long ranges with using that gun's excellent accuracy at those ranges. There's no point loading this tank up in Tank Inspector. As you can see, there's no armor there to look at. You get shot, sneezed on, you're going to take damage. Just try and shoot and stay under cover. One thing I will mention is the gun depression. Front on is not much better than this, probably about down to here. So if you're going to shoot frontally, you're going to have to go over the hill, expose the majority of your tank just to get those shots off. If you do turn the turret around to face the rear, the gun depression is a lot better on the rear. So I find myself parking up to buildings and over ridge lines backwards and firing over the hills from the back. You'll probably notice a lot of other Waffentragers do that as well. Once the gun gets to about the side here, they can actually lower the barrel a bit further. So you'll see a lot of them driving around backwards. At least playing peekaboo backwards anyway. Well, that's enough chat. This tank's pretty self-explanatory. I'll let you have a look at the gameplay and see what you think. Welcome everybody. Here's the gameplay video that I was talking about just a moment ago. Today we're on... Geez, I can't even remember the name of the map. I'm going to head to the southern corner there. I generally like to fight up there with tank destroyers, get some shots down into the enemy spawn area. A little bit of a chat in game about the Spar Panzer. Looks like some guys are leveling up towards that thing as we make our way into position. It's about here that I spot a Centurion and an AMX moving towards the back corner. I don't want them to flank me, so I push around the back myself, following the AMX 12T. Unfortunately, I do block him in just a little bit there. He's probably retreating and getting to cover. He does have room to get out if he needs to, but I think he wanted to get a shot off first. Pretty below average roll there, 457 damage. Just waiting for him to come around the corner, already reloaded, and bang, 560. That's an average roll for this tank, supposedly. As you'll see in this battle, I don't think I go much above that, if ever. Pop around the corner and finish him off. So as you can see there, most of those shots there were all just auto-aimed. Didn't really need to aim for any weak spots, as this thing can penetrate that thing quite easily. Now Centurion looks like he's engaged the Jag Tiger in a T-29. I do take a bit of a risk and drive past him out in the open, get behind cover and the next building. As you can see, reversing again, and I can see his turret. Quite an easy penetration shot there. Jag Tiger 88 still there. There are a couple of tanks near our base, but I think I'll deal with the 88 first. So I move into a position that has cover from any snipers in their base on this rock here. This is where I was aiming to go before, at the start of the match, but they got here first. I don't have any shots on the Jag Tiger. He's too low for me and behind some rocks, behind the hills. So I decided to move out to another position. Still at this point deciding whether I should go back to base or not, deal with that FCM 50T. So it looks like that Waffentrager Auf Panzer IV gets my attention, and I can spot him through this breaking the wall. Again, turn so I can use the gun depression a bit better. Shot in, 549, below average damage, roll that one. Quickly reloading, lining up another shot, and finish him off for the remainder of his health. VK gets spotted behind him, nearly reloaded, aiming for his turret initially, then just decide to go for his side. Another below average roll. Not having much luck today. He's disappeared, so I take a blind shot into his last location and finish him off. That FCM looks like he's moved back, so I'll see if I can reverse up and get a shot. There he is. 505, below average damage, but last kill of the game taken by somebody else. There it is, a pretty quick battle. Let's have a look at some of the post-game stats. Alright, so let's have a look. We've got ourselves a Mastery 2nd class and a Tank Sniper reward. 4,041 XP for a triple XP first victory of the day. So it wasn't much XP earned. I did manage to shoot 5 different tanks. Earned myself 47,000 gross silver out of that one. Moving along to the damage stats, got ourselves 3,720 damage, 4 kills. Obviously the Tank Sniper reward. The whole team on my team actually did some damage, so it looks like everybody carried their weight today, which enabled it to be such a quick battle. And then finally moving on to the detailed report. We fired 9 shots, most of them were auto aim shots, and they all penetrated, they all hit. Total of 33,813 silver after reloads and repairs. So as you can see, a pretty quick battle. Didn't get to do much long range sniping as most of it was fairly close range. There was a couple of quick shots at the enemy Waffentrager, the VK and the FCM, but they weren't really hard, complicated shots. They were mostly out in the open and pretty straightforward shooting. Alright, thanks for watching. See you all next time.